That one was hard. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really proud of from our locker room. Mark's got a terrific basketball team that's playing as well as anybody in the country, to be quite honest. And you know, it was as I would classify, just a good, hard-fought Big Ten basketball game, and wasn't very pretty. I think both teams struggled offensively, but that's what happens when you get two very good defensive teams. And it came down to a little bit of luck on a broken play that a very good player who's playing at an extremely high level. That's what four-year seniors do. They're really good players. And Cowan throws one in from 30. And unfortunately, we play for the last play, and a guy I'll give the ball to quite often. Last year, he was the same kid who had a lot of big buckets and isolation plays in the game in New York, and just kind of fumbled it and dove for a loose ball and called a foul, and tough. But I am extremely proud of our team. I know if we can come in here and do that to this Maryland team, then we're going to be in a nice position. We grew up tonight, and I'm extremely proud of that.
Will you talk about the matchup between Georgie and Jalen underneath the basket and what you saw there all day, especially that last play?
Well, I mean, I'm going to go to Georgie 9 out of 10 times, and you know, Georgie's a guy that you know, has been able to get a lot of baskets against a lot of people, and we feel good with him, you know, one-on-one, and you know, that was, I'll get Georgie on the block against anybody in the country anytime, and just so happens, you know, Smith did a great job. He's an elite defender, and did a heck of a job on him.
Much better start today than Monday, and built
Still
double
on
digit.
that start.
Well, no, just what didn't translate maybe as well in the second half.
I think we played better. And, you know, it doesn't have anything to do with how we start, or, you know, it's about how you play. It was just good defense, great defense. I mean, you know, we had a Kofi in foul trouble. You know, as games wear on, you know, you tell me that we held the team to 33%. I'm going to be happy most nights. And again, give them credit. They did a great job. They started switching everything with our smaller lineup. We got stagnant a little bit, but again, it's, you know, I'll take getting the ball to Georgie on the block 3 or 4 times, and I'll take my chances every single night with that.
Eric?
Team made 2 shots the last 12 and a half minutes. What do you think went into those offensive struggles, and also
Their defense?
Yeah,
They got one of the best defenders in the country. They've got 6'6" wings. Make sure you ask Turge too why they didn't score against us. Great defense. That's it. Hard fought game, Derek. Hard fought game. It's a grinded out game. Not everybody's going to look pretty every single night.
You didn't play Georgie and Kofi together at the end. They both had 4 fouls. Were you thinking you needed one for overtime, possibly?
We were so good defensively that thinking about the overtime didn't have anything to do with it. Thinking about what we were getting defensively. You know, Jalen Smith steps out and hits a 3. Give him a lot of credit. He made 4 on the year. You play percentages, and he made a tough shot. And then, you know, Cowan throws one in. We were in a great rhythm defensively, and I didn't want to mess that up. Kofi had set for a long time. He picked up a couple of fouls with pushing and shoving, and we didn't want to put them on the line because of those things. So a lot more goes into it than just that, and that's why we made that decision.
Brett in the back. Scott.
Ron, how do you feel like your team handled the moment with a big lead? You know, the crowd gets into it and they kind of make a run.
They're good. We've told our guys that. Everybody in this league is going to make a run at home. And when you have quality teams, I thought we were terrific. I thought we got the shots that that for the most part, we had one or two possessions I didn't like. But like I said, I thought we handled the moment. I thought we stayed, our togetherness, our connectivity was excellent. And it was just a night that instead of the score being 100-90, it was 59-58. And it was an ugly game, and I could not be prouder of my guys. There was a lot of tears in there. There was a lot of hurt, and that makes me feel good. That makes me, I know we're on the right page, and that's something that we fight like that, dive on the floor for loose balls. Maryland's number 3 in the country for a reason, and we grew up a lot tonight.
Used Kipper quite a bit more off the benches. What did he show you tonight where maybe you wanted him on the floor?
Well, he was competing. He was competing at a really high level. I mean, you know, there was a goaltending call that he had that I wasn't sure about at the time, but Kipper hadn't been making those plays, and you know, Kipper's a talented offensive guy, and you know, steps up and hits a 3, and you know, I feel good with him in that post up area. He's a guy that can be really productive in there. So I thought a big step for Kipper tonight.
You mentioned, you know, how Anthony County against you guys has hit, you know, shots and things like that, but did you see any sort of progression from him tonight, just the way he was sharing the ball and rebounding?
Anthony's one of the elite guards in the country, and then you look at his numbers in comparison to last year, which we did. You know, he's playing so much better in terms of shooting the ball better. His assist to turnover ratio is much better, and then he's one of the elite defenders. When that young man wants to guard, which he sat down and guarded tonight. When he wants to guard now, he's as good as anybody in the country on that end of the court. So I told him after the game, he's playing as well as anybody in the country and anybody in this league. And again, it's a tribute to who he is. It's what a senior does. Senior steps up and makes big shots and makes big plays, and Mark's got to be really proud of that young man.
Brett in the back.
Rod, we're 4th of the way through the season now. Kind of seems crazy we're at this point already. Where do you feel like your team is at, and what's the next step into beating a high major?
After tonight, I feel great. After tonight, I feel great, and it's on to the next. I don't worry about too much more than the next game on the schedule. Been nice to walk out of here with a win. Unfortunately, we've got a tough flight home, but again, I like exactly where we're at. I think the progression was there. I think now our guys have something they can believe in, and for us, it was preparation, and you know, the job we did in the last 2 days in practice, and the dialed in that we were with scouting report things. So you know, preparation is key for us. I feel great about it.
Brad, last time you were in this building, you had a tough loss.
Thanks for reminding me.
No. In terms of what Cowan did in his the way he took over late, does that bring back what Trimble used to do for them?
Yeah, Trimble's was the flop of all time, though. He didn't even have the ball when they called the foul. So at least this kid had to make the basket. So I'll go with that one every day over Trimble's throw the ball up and get the foul call. No, that was a heck of a game too. That one was different because both teams offensively played at a really, really high level. Tonight it was just the flip side of that. And again, give Mark and his crew a lot of credit because they never quit, they never gave in, and they showed why they're number 3 in the country.
Sorry for reminding.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Scott.
This didn't may have an effect on the end of the game, but to make the change at the start with DeMonte, you know, starting and Andre's coming off the bench, what do you feel like maybe that gave you in the first half?
Better matchups is the main reason. We looked at doing that. It kicked Io more off the small forwards. I am a huge fan of Wiggins, and he's been playing great. I like that matchup with DeMonte, and then being able to slide Io on Ayala. But you know, and then I like the productivity. You know, it's not new. Excuse me, it's not new for Dre to come off the bench. He was so productive last year. I thought he was as good a player in Big Ten play off the bench as there was, and he proved that again tonight.
All right, thank you. Illinois players will be available outside the locker room.